What's going on, YouTubers? It's the natural born thriller. Before I move forward of this review, where it pertains to this week's AEW Dynamite, I just wanted to correct myself from AEW Dark, where it pertains to the show that took place this week as well. Because when I was going through the whole thing of the show, and then basically what pertains to the Memphis wrestling legends. My guy. Sometimes I don't get that word right. Pertains to saying Memphis. I don't know why I always say that or why you messed up that that way. But hey, I'm only human. It is what it is. But anyways, but the point is, folks. But yeah, AW Dark from January 14th, 2020. The Memphis wrestling legend ceremony that they did on that show. I said they were in Memphis, Tennessee, and unfortunately, folks, I made a mistake there because if anyone was watching AEW Dynamite from last week, where it pertains to AEW Dynamite being in Southern Mississippi, because during that time when AEW was doing their show, AEW Dynamite, that was the same show that they showed Lane Powerful backstage being interviewed by what was the guy's name again? I forgot his name. May pull his name up here. Okay. No, I can't find it. It's gonna drive me nuts here, folks. I got just bear with me here. Uh, I think I skipped it. I must have skipped that part. I'm trying to remember where it happened. I think it happened after the match with Cody Rhodes. Yes, okay, it is. Okay, I found it now. My apologies, folks. So here we go. It was Alex Marvez. There we go. That's who's was driving me nuts here. Rotates. I'm trying to remember his name here. So yeah, rotates AW Dynamite from last week. Alex Marvez was interviewing Lenny Poffo on behalf of Angelo and Randy Savage. Well, should I say, Angelo Poffo and Randy Savage, what pertains to, honoring and tributing and dedicating and, celebrating the Memphis wrestling legends. And they show clips of the legends and all that. And then just during that episode of AEW Dynamite, that there was using, where they were doing it on this that segment where they were featured. I mean, that was going be aired on AEW Dark, which was this from this week. And basically, where it is to AEW Dynamite doing their shows, where they do, like, for example, again, for example, doing their show last week, AEW Dynamite doing it in Mississippi. And then we get to this week's show for AEW Dark on YouTube. Their show is also in Mississippi, because it was where AEW Dynamite does the recording of AEW Dark was is basically been at the same place that they'll be doing. So I want to put it out because I made a mistake by saying that AEW Dark was at Memphis, Tennessee, which they wasn't. So I want to make that correction there, and I apologize for that. They were what pertains to AEW Dark from January 8th. I mean January 7th, 27th, January 7th, 2020. Excuse me. They were at South End, Mississippi. So there you go. So I want to make the correction, and I apologize for that that confusion and that mistake of my error. That was my bad. And now we can move on before I start jumping around all over the place again, because I'm stuttering all over the place. Um, botching all over the place. I'm blundering all over the place. So let's get back on track here. So this will be your All Elite Wrestling review, the show from um excuse me, January 15th, 2020. This will be the AEW Dynamite results. And it's not just any ordinary AEW Dynamite results. It's not just your ordinary AEW Dynamite. This is AEW Dynamite edition of Bash at the Beach. So yes, this is AEW Bash at the Beach for AEW Dynamite. Obviously they used the same setting for AEW Dynamite, but they brought some atmosphere and some theme to this whole Bash at the Beach. They got beach sand. They have I believe they had a pine tree there. Um, they had beach balls. And they had a lifeguard, which was a female, a hot female to say the least, who was a lifeguard. I wish they would have more, or at least have some you know some more sands, to really showcase more of Bash at the Beach theme here, where you're gonna have a couple more women's in bikinis, and playing volleyball, and playing with the beach ball, and even have a pool. I mean, obviously there's no pools and beaches, but where it pertains to having the water, how can you go to how can you go to a beach without no water? So you obviously need some water there. So they could have done something with that too. They could have done something cool with that instead of just doing the whole using their regular type of trons and all that and everything, and just they should went old school with this. But as far as the logo that they did for Bash at the Beach logo for AEW, it's pretty cool. It must be an old school '80s logo, to say the least. Basically a retro type of it. So it's cool. Um, I guess all that's missing over since the Bash at the Beach, is a couple guys wearing Hawaiian shirts. Which by the way, you did have some guys wearing Hawaiian shirts, which it was good old JR Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone. They were wearing Hawaiian shirts at the commentary booth. And also, I need to mention this too, by the way, folks. This had nothing to do with the show, but has something to do with AEW and TNT in general. TNT has, we're just with being with All Elite Wrestling since September, or I think it was since October. They decided to extend 3 more years of AEW being on TNT. So basically, yeah, they're doing something right where TNT is loving everything that AEW is doing, and they extended on their contracts for next 3 years. And also what pertains to having that, they want AEW to also feature a new TV show on TNT. Now here's the thing, and what pertains to AEW is making another show, name for a TV show for more wrestling content. It doesn't just have to be on TNT. It goes to be on they could try to have it be on TBS or Truth TV, because or wherever station that TNT also owns, because it pertains to town I mean not I was gonna say Time Warner. I was gonna say where it pertains to Turner, to the to Turners. Basically, I think they call it the Turner Productions. I'm assuming, but the point is, it's owned by by under the name of Ted Turner, but Ted Turner has not been active on that much anymore, anyways, because of his illness, which he's got dementia. I think that's how I pronounce it. It's basically the same that Vince McMahon has too, but no, but we're saying Vince McMahon, he doesn't want to call it quits. But someone like Ted Turner knows when to call it quits when it pertains to him having that type of illness where he doesn't but he said that he's on trying to fight through and everything. So, but anyways, But yeah, it doesn't have to be on TNT as well. It could be on TBS as well. Because remember back in the days when WCW when they had when the Nitro on TNT, they have other shows like a Saturday Night Live on TBS. Then we had a WCW main event on TBS, and then obviously with WCW Thunder, if I can remember, I believe they were on TNT at that time too. I could be wrong. I really can't remember that much because it's been a long time. But the point is, they're doing a good job, and and, and it's really showing it. And also take that to those people that can say, oh, AEW is gonna fail and blah blah blah. It's not gonna make blah blah blah. It's gonna die and all that and everything. And it's not gonna last and everything. Well, look at y'all now. Look at y'all now. Yeah, I got nothing to say now, do ya? But I'm pretty sure they probably still are because they're hateful that way. Because obviously they don't want a wrestling company to succeed. They want a wrestling company to fail. And I'm saying to myself, what kind of wrestling fans are you if you want to see something like that fail? I mean, don't you want wrestling to get back to where it was before? Just saying, But anyways, um, but yeah, this is good though, and we'll see what happens. In the future. Obviously, it's gonna take a while for AW to come up with a new TV name. Now, there are some people saying, what happened, what's gonna happen with AW Dark then? Because some people think so. Why not have AW Dark on TV? Well, here's the thing. A For those that was saying that AEW Dark, there's a reason why it's called AEW Dark. AEW Dark doesn't feature on TV. And yeah, sure, it features on YouTube and everything. But do you consider YouTube being a channel, a network? No, it's just something that you go on and you watch movies, uh, and obviously now with YouTube now being having an app called YouTube TV, you can watch you know some some networks on there too as well. But since I don't know how that's set up and everything. I don't know if I really don't know because I haven't got time to do that yet. But I'm trying to eventually do it. But anyways, the point um AW Dark is it's not meant to be on TV and there's a reason why it's called AW Dark again because the matches that you see is basically it's being treated as dark matches. So dark matches doesn't really go with TV shows. Where it tends to show TV matches. So they should still keep AW Dark on YouTube and everything, and come up with another name for a show for AW. What that could be, I don't know, but that's something that AEW's got to figure out to do, or they could have they go ask the fans, what they're still doing their own website poll, what kind of show you want us to what new show you want us to name and whatever. So, but we'll see. On time will tell. And on top of that too, Taz has signed with AEW. Now, what's this role going to be for AEW? Not really. I don't know. I really don't know much of that. But if you ask me, and there's some people that says too. With Taz signing with AEW, why not have Taz be on commentary with Jim Ross and Excalibur? Meanwhile, you're gonna have Tony Schiavone, who could still do his thing on AEW Dark as a host with Dasha Gonzalez, and Tony Schiavone also be an interviewer on AEW Dynamite. I'm not talking about backstage though. I'm talking about what takes to being in front of the live crowds because he's done that before too. By the way, back in the days of WCW, where he gets in the ring and interviews guys like Sting and a few others that I can remember off the bat. And also JJ Dillon immersed in that segment, by the way. Basically, have Tony Schiavone have the Mean Gene Oakland role where Mean Gene Oakland, and that's something too. Mean Gene Oakland done this too, interviewing guys in front of the live crowds like a Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, a Sting, a JJ Dillon, yeah, that name again, JJ Dillon, Ric Flair. He's done it on the rampway, he's done it in the ring. You got Tony Schiavone do that, and Tony Schiavone did that, or on this very show here. And we interviewed someone in the ring in the main event, which I'll get to later on. But the point is, what Taz being there is great. So what Taz role should be? Now here's the thing: if Taz is signed with them and represents to on TNT, given AW this new 3-year deal with them, and they're gonna have a second show, then here's an idea for AW Dynamite: Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur. And where other show that where other shows they're gonna name for AW, we're also having a second wrestling show: Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Taz. So yeah, that's my suggestion. But other than that, nothing else to say about that. Okay, so now all that out of the way, folks. Um, pertains to the commentators, uh, Jim Ross, basically, yeah, Jim Ross, Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, all in Hawaiian shirts, and they're in Miami, Florida. Nice fitting, of being Miami, Florida, for Bash at the Beach. So let's get to the show now. The show opened up with a 4-way no one contenders match, where the winner of this match gets to face SCU for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. For the next AEW Dynamite show with Bash at the Beach Part 2, but this time at the Jericho Cruise. But it'll feature Proud and Powerful, which by the way they start calling them by Santana and Ortiz now. I don't understand why. And on top of that, they were all out there already. You know, they handle music introduction. Because the whole thing with Santana Ortiz, the theme song. If I wasn't proud, then I wouldn't be powerful. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's something I need to look into to see why all of a sudden now they're not being called by proud and powerful. So, I don't know. Anyways, but they're called by Santana Ortiz now. First is Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page versus the Young Bucks and Matt and Nick Jackson. First is the Best Friends and Chuck Taylor and Trent, being accompanied by Orange Cassidy. So the match happens. It's a pretty good match. We have a free ball at one point, and then we had 8 guys trying going for the big suplex spot in the ring, basically with Santana Ortiz, Best Friends, trying to give a suplex to basically the Elite, and also Orange Cassidy joins in to help out the Best Friends and Santana Ortiz, and they hit the big suplex spot, and also referee Albert recovers, and then referee sees Orange Cassidy, and he kicks him out like, "We doing here? Get out here! You don't want the match." So the match continues on, and there was a lot of cool spots in the match too, by the way, folks. It was pretty amazing stuff in this match. In the end, it was Heyman and Page with the buckshot lariat, and Kenny Omega with the V trigger from behind to Chuck Taylor, and Heyman Adam Page and Kenny Omega gets the win, which I called it. As I was watching the show at the time, I called it. I like, what if Omega and Page win this match, and then they could go to face SCU and lose the tag team match. But I'll get to more of that later. But here's the thing. I called this out when I was watching the show that Omega and Page should win, and they did. So Matt was upset that Page took the win because it was a blind tag that Page made to to tag himself in the match by tagging Matt Jackson. But then also everything was calmed down because Omega was there to calm them down and everything. Even Nick was there to calm down. At the end of the day, it's all in the spirit of competition at the end of the day. So a lot of stuff was announced for this Bash of the Beach edition of AEW Dynamite, which it was going to be Pac versus Darby Allin, and there's going to be John Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. And those respective one-on-one matches, one of those matches will face each other next week to see who's going to become the new no more contender against Chris Jericho's AEW World Championship. Basically, it's a series of no contenderships tournament between Pac, Darby Allin, John Moxley, and Sammy Guevara. We'll get to those matches momentarily. Because now we got to go to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, dressing all white, basically all white suit and everything with a baby or a sky blue shirt, something like that. And I'm saying to myself, he's looking like, this principal from Declassify, from Nickelodeon. All he knew was the sunglasses, though. But also, some people were saying, basically he dressed like someone from Miami Vice. I'm not familiar that much with Miami Vice, maybe because I wasn't around I wasn't around during that. I'm pretty sure I was around during that time when Miami Vice came out, but I was part of a baby, so I have no memory of Miami Vice. Never even seen the episode of Miami Vice. Not even a movie that was made that featured who like I think it was Jimmy Foxx and Colin Farrell. But other than that, I really had no memory of Miami Vice. I mean, I heard about how good the show was back in the days, but yeah, no, I had no memories of it at all. So, but that'll be something I will be pay attention to one of these days. For me to check it out to see how good it was. So who knows? Maybe I will check it out to see how it turns out. Miami Vice. But basically, that's what people were saying though. From here, that Cody Rhodes was just like someone from Miami Vice. But we're saying to the theme of Bash on the Beach, and also we're gonna be in Miami, Florida. Miami Vice. Anyways, Cody Rhodes addresses the stipulations that MJF gave to Cody. If Cody wants to face MJF, he's got to follow the 3 stipulations that he's got to follow. Otherwise, that match at Revolution will not happen. One of them is that MJF cannot be touched by Cody Rhodes. The second one is going to be facing Wardlow in a steel cage match. And the third one will be he's got to get 10 lashes on live television by the hands of MJF. And Cody Rhodes, and before Cody Rhodes got the answer, gets to answer all those stipulations, he said something about represents to MJF, represents to making fun of MJF being on the Rosie O'Donnell show when he was a kid. So that's something I need to look up about because I'm very interested to see that one. And then talk about how MJF is lazy, and then Cody Rhodes broke the fourth wall here when he said that MJF, it's called one of the, it's called by peers outside of AEW that he is, an old school heel. And I said to myself, I'm not sure I like that because that's kind of breaking the fourth wall, breaking kayfabe and everything. Like I don't get it. I don't know if that was Cody Rhodes' way or also taking shots at WWE again, represents that. Or maybe taking shots at someone that kept saying that he's an old school heel and everything. I don't know. I just didn't like that. But the point is, during this whole thing, Cody Rhodes cut a good promo, and obviously he accepted every stipulations, especially the 10 lashes that he's going to be getting. So there you go. We go backstage and we see Joey Janela. Joey Janela says that 2020 is a new year for him. He says that his first show on back in 20 where since to be entering 2020, his ex-girlfriend lowblowing him, and he said that he doesn't want anything to do with her. But meanwhile, she comes right back at him, and blah 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 whatever, and then keeps saving her along the way, to be to play all these games and everything. That's obviously going to lead to a feud between Bad Boy Joey Janela to feud with Super Bad Kip Sabian. That's gonna have uh Bad Girl before involved. So and then he took some promo to Ray Phoenix, where he's gonna be facing him next. On the next AEW Dynamite show, which is going to be It's going to be on the Jericho cruise. So I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that match between Jordan Janela and Ray Phoenix. Oh boy, here we go. One moment, folks. So by the way, this ain't beer. This is me drinking an energy drink because I feel like I'm about to lose my energy after what I'm about to talk what I'm about to talk what I'm about to talk about next. Here we go. Brandy Rose and Mel. By the way, that's what they're going by now for Melody Cruz. She's just called Mel, and they have Dr. Luther at ringside for the Nightmare Collective. Unfortunately, Awesome Kong couldn't be there because she caught the flu. So who ends up being the replacement? Brandy Rose. Kill me now. But they go up against Chris Stanlander and uh, Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida. Mm. Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida. There we go. I keep messing up. My apologies. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna start with this. So Dr. Luther blocks Shida's way while Mel and Brandy attack Stanlander. And then Shida whacks Dr. Luther with the kill stick. And he did nothing after that. And then Shida gets there. Shida and Mel starts it off. Um, and then we get to a part where I was a little pissed off. Statlander went for a kick to Mel, but you could clearly see that she missed. Then she went for a moonsault off the apron to Mel, and she didn't even catch. Mel didn't even catch her. They both they both fell down. Basically, the moonsault that didn't even look like it took out Mel at all. Looked bad. It was oh man, I guarantee that's that those two spots from Chris Stanlander, it's gonna be on Botchamania. And also I blame also I don't just fully blame Chris Stanlander. I wish Mel would improvise, throw something up or since you're trying to fix that botch there. But no, she decided just sell it anyways. She saw a kick that never kicked her. She saw a moonsault that never hit her. She saw it like she got hit. Oh my god, that was terrible. Nothing was terrible. Then nothing was more terrible than seeing Brandy Rose back in the ring. And on top of that, Brandy Rose, with her being the leader of the Nightmare Collective, with her having a new persona and everything, with her going darker. Well, I mean, she was never dark. She was never dark to begin with, but she's got a dark side now where she's gonna have a dark out. She's gonna have a new attitude with her being dark. She's gonna feel dark. She's gonna act dark. She's gonna talk dark and everything. After seeing this, her performance in this match, it's just she's the same one. It's the same Brandy Rose that I got sick and tired of watching. The same talking that she does, the same annoyance that she's creating, the same movement, the same body language, the same old Brandy Rose. It's the same character. There's nothing changed about her. There's nothing different about her. With her being the leader of the Nightmare Collective, she's still acting like the same. God, she sucks at that, and she sucks at wrestling too. Because me watching her wrestling in this tag team match. Oh my god, I was going nuts. I was going freaking nuts. Like holy crap, man! Like, do you suck that bad in the ring that like, oh my god, Jesus. At this point, I wish that Chris would have joined the Nightmare Collective at this point, because look what we got. We still got Brady Rose still trying to get to get in the ring to wrestle, or at least try to wrestle. There's your example of someone who's playing wrestling. Jim Cornette, Brady Rose. You want someone that you keep saying you keep saying these outlaw wrestlers like a Sammy Callahan, and a few others that you always gotta bash. Well, half of them I do agree with you with, but you criticize them and saying that they're playing wrestling. But what's Brandy Rose doing? I'll tell you one thing: she's not wrestling. It's trash what she's doing. She's a good example of playing of someone playing wrestling. Because clearly she's not good at it. Obviously, she's not good at it. And on top of it all off, with this match being terrible, the low point of the show, Mel takes a loss by Chris Stanlander, which means takes to Mel. She's going by Mel now. Again, Melody Cruz, and for some reason now they want to call her Mel. I don't know why. I don't get why, but I see potential in Mel. She's got the size. She's got the look. I believe she can wrestle very good. It was just a bad placement here with her being involved in this, especially with Brandy Rose there. Basically with Brandy Rose wrestling. To say well, maybe correct that one. But yeah, but Mel takes the loss here by Chris Stanlander because I see a lot of potential in Mel, because and it pisses me off to see her lose like this. We got Brandy Rose there who should have lost. You protected Brandy Rose more than you protected Mel here. And Brandy Rose was upset at Mel, that she lost and everything, and blah blah blah. And I wonder where this gonna lead to now. Like, oh my god. Okay, now let me move on because oh my god, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I especially don't want to talk about Brandy Rose. She is fucking terrible. She's a terrible character. She's got a terrible gimmick, and she's terrible in the ring. And yes, I've got people throwing this at me every time. Oh, but she's beautiful. She's good looking. She's sexy. Oh my god, Chloe Rose is lucky and everything. Yes, I'll say that too. Yeah, Chloe Rose is lucky to have her. And yes, she is. She is. She's all everything that you said about that. She's good. She's good with all that. With her beauties, her looks, her sexiness and everything. She's got sex appeal and all that. Except for wrestling, that's one thing that's not good. It's a wrestling. You could be beautiful and good looking all you want, but at the end of the day, you need to be a good wrestler, and which she is not. And it's not me hating on Brandy Rose. It's not me saying I hate Brandy Rose. I don't hate Brandy Rose. I like Brandy Rose. I love Brandy Rose. I love her personality. I love how she carry herself. When has nothing, when it's not anything to do with wrestling. I love that she's with Pretty Rose. I love that she's part of the Rose family. I hate her wrestling, and I hate her character. Enough said. Moving on to the Dark Order. Now that's something that I'm into more than the Nightmare Collective, that garbage stable faction. The Dark Order has spokesmen talking about some groups that they're interested to recruit. For example, Michael Nakazawa, and they're gonna try to get to Ken Omega. Basically means Ken Omega to try to get to Michael Nakazawa. Also, Brandon Cutler. They look at him because he's a loser. That's basically the gist of it. He's a loser of the elite, where he can't win matches. So they want to recruit him. They could change his life. And finally, Hangman Adam Page, another guy who feels like he's who's growing his distance away from the Dark Order. I mean the Dark Order, the Elite. Excuse me. Um, and there's someone talking to the spokesman. I mean, they alter his voice in a way where you can't recognize who he is, but he's basically the I think he's the boss man of the Dark Order. And I thought the evil Uno was the dark was going to be the boss of the Dark Order, based on how they portray him on TV too. No, but it's someone else though. And there's rumors out there saying that it could be Matt Hardy, and some people even say it could be Marty Skrull, even though Marty Skrull is now somewhat with Ring of Honor. But also Marty Skrull said um you know he'd love to see AEW and Ring of Honor work together when we're to have a partnership. So and the reason I say that because Marty Skrull not only signed with to be a talent in Ring of Honor with a new deal, but also to be a head booker for Ring of Honor. So yeah, that's why I think Mark Skrull was going to come to AEW, but then Ring of Honor gave him this money offer that he couldn't refuse. So and on top of that, he gets to be the head booker of Ring of Honor. That's a big deal. Because I believe by looking at Mark Skrull, he's got some wrestling knowledge. I know this for sure. So we'll see how that turns out. And hell, maybe who knows? Maybe I could tune back into Ring of Honor weeklies, all the weekly shows again. Who knows? Maybe Marshall is that key, for that. But yeah, but the point is, some people say it's gonna be Marty Skrull. Well, that was shot down because Marty Skrull is recently Ring of Honor. But then again, Marty Skrull, he does want AEW to work with partnerships with Ring of Honor. Of what basically of what I heard. So don't leave your hopes up on that one, folks. You still might get that. It could be Mark Skrull. Who knows? But again, it could be Matt Hardy. Was if he comes to AEW after his contract is expired with WWE around March. But there you go. For the segment, I enjoy the segment though. The Dark Order wants to recruit Nakazawa, Cutler, and Adam Page, and let's see if they succeed. Okay, we get to one of the number contendership match tournament with Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, versus Jon Moxley. Match happens. It's been a very good match, and in the end, it was obviously predictable here. Jon Moxley wins the match, but he wins by submission though. He gets Guevara after Guevara went for some type of moonsault, and Moxley catches him into a renegade choke, and Guevara taps out. So yeah, so much for again for the Spanish God who's supposed to be Sammy Guevara who's supposed to be the best ever, and he loses again. Yeah, what some Spanish God he turned out to be. He can't even win a match. But Moxley wins, like I said. After the match, the lights went out, air appeared, and voila, Chris Jericho, the AEW World Champion. Not just Chris Jericho, but also Jake Hager, Santana Ortiz, and back to Chris Jericho. It's not just Chris Jericho. It's Chris Jericho with his spike jacket, his fedora hat and scarf, basically painmaker Chris Jericho, but without the face paint. So they basically Moxley sees this, and because Moxley is a man, he doesn't run away. He does when the odds are against him, he doesn't run away. He wants to attack him head on, and that's what happened. But it backfired because it was a no one's gang, and they beat him down. And obviously with Jake Hager being there, there was no way he was gonna get the one up on the inner circle. So everybody got their shots on Moxley until Jericho got his final shot. He took one of the spikes off of his jacket and jacked it into the face of Moxley, which Moxley was telling it like he like Jericho poked his eye. So basically, the angle here where Jericho did to Moxley were years ago, back in the territory days. I think it was back in the 80s, and it makes sense that it did happen around the 80s because Dusty Rose got stabbed in the eye by the Road Warriors. I trying to remember if it was either a Road Warrior Animal or Road Warrior Hawk that did it to Dusty Rose, where Dusty Rose was in pain and then he's bleeding and everything, and then that led to him to being fired from I think it was NWA at the time, before they became WCW. Basically pertains to the Jim Crockett's promotion. Um, and that was good. And that was good. And that was and that's that was supposed to be the same point where Dusty Rose was going to be be written off of TV and gone from the company. And that was basically the way for him to get Dusty Rose out there, and it's for him to be fired, and then he ends up being in with WWF later on that year. So it basically it played out very well with Dusty Rose. Um, but anyways, the point is, that's what people were referencing with what Joker did to Moxley. It was just basically they're comparing that with the whole thing with Dusty Rose getting stabbed in the eye by the Road Warriors with the spikes. On this one is that Moxley was not bleeding, which I thought it was a letdown because something like that. Moxley should be bleeding. John Moxley, he should be bleeding, but I guess TNT didn't want that to happen. I don't know if because it was a TNT call, but yeah, if you're gonna do that spot, you gotta have blood in there. So that's just me. But Moxley's something like he can't see and everything. He's bleed up. Also, let me get to Jennifer Decker backstage. She what Jericho did to Moxley, and while right out referees and medical staffs attending Moxley in the ring and all that. But back to this backstage. Jennifer Decker talks to Jericho, and Jericho said, I did to Moxley, because he turned on an offer that he refused. So it's not Jericho's fault. It's Moxley's fault for doing what he did. And he said, this is the same Moxley who smashed a bottle of champagne over my head and everything. And Jericho basically saying that to Moxley, now he's taken out of this whole thing where he's going to get a title shot because now it's just going to be between Pac or Darby Allin that's going to get the shot, and then all of a sudden Jake Hager starts saying "R" because they're making fun of Moxley now and he's got one eye now, and that was basically it. By the way, and Jericho also plugged his Jericho cruise. Because AEW Dynamite Bash to the Beast 2 will be on Jericho's cruise. Which, by the way, AEW Dynamite will not be live on Wednesday nights because of the Jericho cruise. So because Jericho cruise is actually happening on a Tuesday. So but anyways, and then Guevara says to Decker, "Hit me up." And by the way, my God, that dress that Jennifer Decker was wearing. Mm-mm-mm. And on top of that, this is supposed to be Back to the Beach. Why is she wearing a dress? She should be wearing a bikini. I'm just saying. She could have worn a itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Okay, I remember. I try to remember the lyrics of those songs. She should have worn a itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today. I'm just saying. She should have wore that instead of wearing a green dress. But she's still hot. She's still hot though. But still, um, But yeah, that was it for that promo. Yeah, backstage, and that was it. And that was it for the inner circle. They were gone after that. They did basically they did their jobs, and now they're gonna leave. They're basically leaving early to go to to sub everything for the Jericho Cruise because they're the best. They're the best. They're the best. Basically, Ortiz's catchphrase for for AEW. All right, next match. MJF teams up with the Blade and the Butcher as they're being copied by the Bunny and Wardlow, and they go up against Dustin Rose, QT Marshall, and Diamond Dallas Page, who has not been wrestling for TNT for, I guess you could say, 21 years so far. That's a long time, folks. And that was during the time where, unfortunately, WCW went out of business. I can't remember really. Not I think about it. But I said, has it been 21 years? I know WCW went out of business in 2001. Actually, it's 19 years. Yeah, 19 years since he hasn't been wrestling on TNT television. So, and it was cool to see him too. He's got the DDP tights they wore back in the days of the 90s in WCW. Um, he's wearing his obviously I would love to see him wear his vintage DDP t-shirt from WCW. And the vest. I would see him wear the vest too. But hey, it was too Dallas Page in the way. So he came out there and yeah, it was awesome, man. He he the crowds were going nuts for him too, by the way, in Miami, Florida. But I got caught out one thing what pertains to DDP's entrance. The production crews from backstage, those fucking idiots, because they completely blew the spot where Diamond Dallas Page was doing his pose and where the power was going off. They completely missed it. You had him right there where he was making his entrance, and then you cut away for what? Why could you just stay right there and complete the Diamond Dallas Page entrance that we all us on watch on TV? We're looking forward to seeing. And you idiots, whoever was in charge of the production angle camera angles back there, you fucking idiots decided to cut away from that. Do you even know how to do your jobs right? And folks, it isn't the first time. It done numerous of times. We're saying AEW. It does numerous of times. Seriously, who back there doesn't know how to do their jobs right? It was a one simple job you have to do. Keep the camera on DDP, and only on DDP. This is about DDP making his angry return on TNT TV for the last 19 years, and you fucking screw that up for us viewers watching at home. I mean, it was great. It was great for the crowds that were there in attendance that they saw it. That's great for them. But what about us that was watching on TV? Yeah, we ruined it for us viewers watching on TV. That pissed me off. So we get into the match. It was a 6-man tag match. Good match. I love the match. It was pretty amazing. And obviously DP wasn't didn't do any 5-star performance because he can't because he's not in his prime anymore. For how old is he, like somewhere in his 60s now, and he's still he still looks good. He still looks like he's healthy and wealthy and in good condition. But as far as him moving around in the ring, all that, not so much. But hey, he did absolute best, jumping off the top rope onto the outside, give him diamond colors. Doing his this is clothesline. I missed that by the way. Oh my god, I was loving it, and the crowd loved it too. When DDP got the hot tag, man, DDP was on fire on this show. He was basically the highlight of the show of and perform and a highlight performer on the show for AEW Dynamite. By the way, too, speaking of DP, MJF. Oh my God, MJF had a T-shirt that says, "Let me see if there's a note here of it." It was sent to effect of DDP. I think it was like MJF said MJF banged DDP's daughter or something like that. I'm trying to remember how it was said it, but when I saw that T-shirt, I was like, oh my, I was cracking up. I was like, oh no, MJF did not do that. Like, oh my god, this is a way to to draw more heat for oh my god, MJF, he is awesome what he does. Now see that right there is funny. That right there is entertaining. That right there is more you know so I could get into. Then Ace Austin 316 says, "I just banged your wife." That was trash. What AW did with MJF doing this something with DDP's daughter, that is it's pure gold. That's brilliant, and I loved it. But back to DDP. Oh yeah, I already mentioned a lot about DDP. He looked like he was having fun in there, and he was a highlight of the show. QT Marshall is also does some cool spots in the match too. Everyone did a good job here in this match. Even the Blade, the Blade got involved in the match. Warlow, he got involved too. But it's basically a lot of involvement in this match, and I enjoyed it. I can't remember those referee bumps though. Not that I recall. I don't think there was, but I remember there was like a few distractions on the referee. But the referee didn't see anything. Which Aria was Aubrey Edwards. Yeah, so yeah, there was a referee bump. But the DP did get a low blow by MJF where referee couldn't see how that was done, which I thought was pretty good the way it was done too. But in the end, MJF rolls up QT Marshall and gets the win for his team, and that was it. Then we go backstage and we see the AEW World Tag Team Champions SCU in Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. All of a sudden, we get Hangman Adam Page, who's drunk. He just he goes and interrupts the interview. Oh yeah, also Christopher Daniels was there too, by the way. And he gets up in the face of Christopher Daniels with his drink and everything. And then also he gets some drink onto Daniels and this pistol Daniels. And all of a sudden the champions were all didn't appreciate that. The tag champions. Omega tried to calm things down. And, oh my god, yeah, Adam Page, man. I don't know. Is that supposed to be his new gimmick now? Like he's always drinking. He's gonna be he's basically gonna be an alcoholic. Because it feels like he's been drinking every week now. Since to being on AEW Dynamite. I don't know if that's supposed to be his new gimmick or whatever, but hey, it's entertaining. It's entertaining as hell. So, and he's doing a very good job at it too. Hangman Adam Page. Hey, at this point now, forget calling yourself the Hangman Adam Page. He might call himself the Drunken Man Adam Page. Just saying. Hmm. All right. It's been announced on February 19th in Atlanta, Georgia. It will be Cody Rhodes versus Wardlow in a steel cage match. There you go. I think that's the go home show for AEW Dynamite. Where it's going to AEW Revolution because it could be on February. So I'm assuming it's the go home show edition. So now the main event: Pac versus Darby Allin. Winner moves on next week for no contention match if there is one. We'll get that momentarily. So yeah, Pac and Darby Allin having the match. Great match. I was to say about this match. I thought it was great. Darby Allin and Pac had a great chemistry. I've never seen these two guys wrestle before, and this is my first time seeing it. I don't know if they ever did have a match before, but after seeing this match, I want to see more of them having a match in the future between Pac and Darby Allin. And Darby Allin, he's a star in the making. He's over with his fans. You know, Darby Allin is basically if I had to compare him with someone, based on what he does in the ring and basically when he puts his body on the line, all that, take all these risks, he's like a Jeff Hardy. I just love me some Darby Allin here, man. He's pretty amazing. I'm seriously becoming a fan of this guy. I love his work. I love his look. The one thing I just don't like about what he's wearing is the stockings, the shorts. I would go with a different. I don't know. Go somewhere different. I mean, he's supposed to be a skateboarder and all that. Wear some jeans that you know that skateboards will wear. I don't know. I just don't like his now that I think about this, watching Darby Allin and everything, for almost for a few months now, he needs to work something different. Just saying. I don't know. I just feel like I can't really buy into Darby Allin that much if you were when he's wearing something like that. I don't know what's his reason why he's wearing that, but hopefully he'll change it up or not. He'll change up his appearance in the routine to his wrestling gear. Because skateboarders that we know don't wear what Darby Allin is wearing. But whatever. But yeah, but Pac and Darby Allin were taking themselves to the limit in this match, and I love this match. This is a great main event match. I enjoyed it. Um, in the end, obviously, Pac wins with the Black Arrow, and I was worried here too because this is the same referee that referee Pac's match against Trent from that home show of AEW Full Gear, where where Pac was not supposed to win with the Black Arrow, and then referee stops the count and is saying that Trent kicked out, which he didn't, and then he goes for the blue laser, and obviously Pac was mad because of that. That he got very upset with that. That wasn't his fault; it was referee's fault. So I was worried about from this spot too, where Darby Allin was going was not going to kick out, and referee was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's not. It was a 2 count. Know that." But nope, that was actually the real finish. The Black Arrow was the real finish. Good, thank God, because I would have been pissed off if that would happen again. And after the match, Tony Schiavone gets in the ring. He interviews Pac. He goes to gives Pac a question, but then Pac basically just tells him that he should be congratulating him on becoming the number one contender. And then Schiavone's, Tony Schiavone, he said, "Well, you got to face Moxley next week." And he says and then Pac says to Schiavone, "You saw what happened to him. He can't make it, so he's going to have to forfeit. So I'm the new number one contender. So Jericho, I'm coming for you. I'm going for that AEW World Title." And all of a sudden, we see Tony Schiavone. Sorry about that impersonation of Pac. But yeah, he says, "Oh wait, there's something going on backstage." Also, we see Moxley being loaded into the ambulance. And someone said, "Wait a minute, you're now just putting Moxley into the ambulance? Why did they put him in the ambulance? When he first got his eye stabbed, try to rush into the ambulance when he got his eye stabbed by Jericho." Anyways, So all of a sudden, Moxley gets out of the ambulance. He's wearing a some kind of black bandage over his eye. He's got dry blood on him. And then all of a sudden, Moxley comes out. He cuts a promo and says to Pac, "It ain't going down like this, brother. I don't care if I'm blind or only one eye, blah blah blah. He will be the next week, and he will be the number one contender, and he's gonna get Jericho back before he did." And that was it. And that's the show. And so we're gonna get the match: Pac versus John Moxley. Where the winner of that match will face Chris Jericho for the AEW World Championship title, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen at AEW Revolution. So yeah, next week's show will be part 2 of AEW Bash of the Beach, which pertains to AEW Dynamite episode. This time on the Jericho Cruise. So there you go. And that's I cannot wait for that show, folks. Obviously, it's not gonna be a live show, but I cannot wait to see how that show turns out to be on the Jericho Cruise. All right, tomorrow wrestling for AEW Dynamite Bash of the Beach edition from January 15, 2020. 5 matches. And my overall scoring for the show, I'm gonna go with a 8. Yeah, I'm gonna go with an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. This is the longest eight well, besides the pay-per-views, but where it pertains to AEW Dynamite. This is the longest review I did. Where it pertains to give you versus AEW Dynamite. But then again, there's some other things I brought too. Where it pertains to me talking about me messing up the place that AEW Dark was at from this week, and then what pertains to giving you news about AW and TNT, and then with Taz and the other things that I talk about as well. So there you go. That's why it went longer than I expected. So, but that being said, I'm done. Thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. This was your All Elite Wrestling review, where it pertains to giving you AEW Dynamite results that featured the addition of AEW Bash at the Beach from January 15th, 2020. Until next time with All Elite Wrestling Review, folks, you'll stay in peace, stay well, stay safe. I'm out, and you all take care.